Okay, we are in record. So bottom left of your screen, if you guys need to mute or stop the video for any reason, feel free to do so. You can also unmute at some point in time if you guys, have anything to add or any questions. All right. I would like to thank you guys for being here. I'm actually really nervous. I don't get nervous too often, but I've been kind of nervous about this the last little bit. I think it's just because I'm so friggin' excited about this and I'm just so passionate about this that it chokes me right up. So thank you all for being here. So we're going to get right into it here. Hey there. So how many of you are here because you want to be healthy, young, and free every single day for the rest of your life?
Boom.
All right. Awesome. And how many of you guys are here because you really want to pay it forward and help others live healthy, free every single day for the rest of their lives? Right? Excellent. Absolutely. And how many of you are here because you are freaking excited about getting ignited and uniting with others who share your vision of changing lives? Anyone? Awesome. You can tell by the smiles that that's for sure. Well, thank you. Free, we got talking. So listen, my name is Tinya Gray, and I really want to welcome you to our very first Start Rebels Zoom Room virtual meeting. All right, give yourselves a raise the roof for being here. Raise the roof, raise the roof. Woohoo! Thanks, you guys. Excellent. So before we get going, I just want to acknowledge a few people who have encouraged me and assisted me with this idea. I've had this kind of burning in my soul for a little while to do something, and because it never was perfect, I never started it. But here we are starting it. So thank you to Scott. I really appreciate your help. Kristie, thank you very much. Brianne, we had a great conversation about this. Lena, Jacqueline, Sarah, Jason. There's so many of you, you know who you are, who have really inspired and supported me, throughout my journey, but also with this Start movement and my Start peeps. So I really, truly am so grateful to have each and every one of you in my life and on this journey with me. So thank you so much. I'm going to just do a quick screen share here. I just want to do a quick show of the disclaimer. All right. I know you guys have seen this before, but if we have anyone listening in or watching this on our YouTube video, we just want to put it out there that Isagenix does not treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any illness or disease. We definitely acknowledge that no two bodies are the same. And although people will have incredible results in their bodies, what one person accomplishes is not what another person is going to accomplish. So we make no claims about, how much weight you're going to lose, how much time it's going to take, as well as financially. We do know that it does change people's lives financially. However, what you put into it, you're going to get out of it. And so we make no claims about any financial gains as a result of Isagenix. All right? Is everybody clear on that? Awesome. Okay. We can just nod. We know, but we want to just put that out there, right? That's important for us to protect our company. Okay. So is it okay if I share with you a little bit about my story before we get started? Is that okay? We're nodding, so that's good. I get to talk anyways because I'm like the person talking, so you kind of just have to listen to me. So what I would love to do, I actually wrote a little bit of a start version of my story, so I'm just going to share that with you because I thought I wanted it to be something relatable to you. So back it up a little bit. A few years ago, when I was in high school, I always battled with my weight. And I also had a dream of becoming a physiotherapist. Some of you may not know that about me. But because I grew up in a home with a single parent, single income family, finances were tight, and I settled on going to college because I was paying my own way with part-time jobs. And I felt that university was only a dream. It would never be an option for me. And we know many people who kind of settle in their dreams because finances are an issue, right? So fast forward, I ended up being a single mom myself to 2 little boys. And I was working as a personal trainer. And although I totally loved what I did every day, I love what I do, I wasn't really taking very good care of my health. And I had very little time with my kids. How many of you can relate to that? Lack of time with family, okay? And, I was really getting burnt out trying to pay the bills and do it all, trying to be superwoman all the time. So it was really, really challenging. And we know many people who have experienced that, and perhaps you have yourself. So thank goodness Michelle, my good friend, Dr. Michelle Dickey, introduced me to Isagenix. And I was a tough customer because I said no to it for 6 years because I was so skeptical. I'd been burned by a few other companies, and I did not believe in drinking my food. How many of you can relate to not drinking your food? Okay. that was one of my concerns, but I trusted her. And so I got started, and within a few months, I got rid of the weight that was weighing me down. My energy went through the roof, as so many can relate to that. And I just love that I was able to help so many other people. Then I could, trading my time for money in the gym. All of a sudden, it opened up a world of people, literally, that I could actually help. So now, after a result of a few years, almost 5 years in Isagenix, I have now been able to get to the place where I have full-time income in part-time hours. But here's what I really am excited about, is that I get to do what I want when I want and really help make a difference in thousands of lives. And what really excites me is that I can support my two sons, my two start-age sons, who are catching the vision. They're not here yet, but they're coming, I promise. But I can encourage them to choose career paths that they're passionate about, that they love, not because they feel it's going to be the best form of income for them, because now they have a choice to plan and dream for sports, adventures, travel, because they choose to, not because they have to. Whatever they want to do, money will not hold them back ever. And that chokes me up to be able to do that for my kids, because that wasn't an option for me. So thank you for allowing me to share my dream and my start story. I appreciate that. Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Okay. So I'd like to get into a little bit of what the vision is for this. Why did I decide to put this together? Why have I collaborated, with so many of you amazing individuals to put this together? So as far as I see this, I'm the facilitator. Okay. Yes, I have graduated from the START group. I am not here because I'm in the age group that I'm supposed to be here. If you check my ID, you'd kick me out. But I would like to be the facilitator, get this really rolling, and then I'll depart and you guys can carry on the vision. How about that? We're all going to work together, okay? Even though we're going to have different people stepping up and doing different roles with this, I'm asking all of you to step up, okay? So how I see this going, and the reason for doing this, is to allow each and every one of you, as well as everyone who's, is part of the START community, associates, to step into your personal power and to grow into higher levels of personal leadership, okay? So building your belief, building your confidence in yourself and in every aspect of your Isagenix business and your life. How does that sound? Okay, you good? Also, so that you have a place and an opportunity to continue to learn the required skills. Sometimes time passes between events and we just feel like we need to be infused again. We need to be regenerated again. Okay, so this is going to provide that opportunity once a week so that you feel inspired and empowered to get out there each week and to improve your skills and to work on growing your business. Okay, is that a good thing? Yes? Thumbs up? Okay. Also to share ideas. There's so many of us that can collaborate here to share ideas, to promote events so that we all know where the events are and what's happening. So no one feels like a satellite and you don't feel solo and on your own. Is that a good thing? Okay. And to grow your teams authentically, supporting one another with the one team mentality. All right, the Team Green mentality. We know that the Aussies have kicked butt with the Wellness Wednesdays that PETA had begun with her crew. And I truly believe that we can model that and emulate that and really rock it in a Canadian fashion. Do you agree? Awesome. And then take it beyond, because we're worldwide. We're not ruling out anybody else to, that can join us, but let's build it here on our homeland in Canada. Also to come together to get to know each other. There's so many amazing individuals that have so many stories of inspiration, to share your goals, to share your purpose, to support one another, help each other with three-way calls, help each other with events, so we can all work together. But we can't unless we know each other. And I think this is a great place for us to really get to learn and know more about one another. Do you agree? Cool. All right. And most importantly, and this is what really fires me up, all of this fires me up, but so that all START peeps, citywide, province-wide, Canada-wide, and beyond, feel totally connected and feel part of the big picture. I just feel like Isagenix has done so much for my own personal life, the family that we have now as a result of this incredible company, and there's so many other family members that we haven't really met or got to know, that is the reason I really wanted to create this. So you guys fired up about that? Awesome. Okay, thank you. So a couple of agreements. I'm just going to ask that we're all agreeing to be open. We're all agreeing to learn, okay, from one another. We're all agreeing to play full out, okay? There is no bad, there's no wrong, there's no different. We're all, well, there is different. We're all unique, and we are all going to do this in our own way, but we can learn from another what way works best for us, so we can really rock it and just get out there and, cast the vision of Isagenix. All right? I'm asking that we all, this goes without saying, but we respect one another, we love one another, we accept one another, and we're just here to completely, totally unconditionally accept and love each other and support each other across the board. Yes, we can all agree to that, right? Someone has their hand up. I don't even know how that works. Someone has their hand up. Okay. Do you know how that works, Scott? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think you basically extend it like this. Pretty sure.
It says on here, lower hand up. I don't know. Is there? I don't know. Okay.
I've had that in our calls before, and usually it's like if somebody wants to say something, they'll put their hand up or whatever, and then you can pause and
cool.
They can ask their question.
Okay, I never knew we had that feature. I knew we had the chat thing. Okay, thanks. See, you learn something every day. All right, awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to go into a little later on in the call more details about what will this call look like and how you can contribute. Okay, so I'll clear up those answers in a little bit of time here. But right now, I have the pleasure of introducing someone who I get so inspired by. He's going to share a little bit with us about his journey, and then he's going to jump back on with us in a bit and talk to us about belief. Okay, so Scott Hurren, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to pass it over to you now, my friend.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, and thank you, Tinya, for putting this together. I mean, this is great. I think it's a start of something that's been missing. I know we were at Red and White there last week, and I was talking with Gail, and this keeps coming up again. It's like, how do we take the START movement in Canada and bring the culture piece together? We've got a lot of little START events going on, everybody kind of doing their own thing as little small groups, but is there a way that we can do this where we've got the START group together? So thank you for initiating this and getting it going. I think it's the start of something great. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a great forum and opportunity, and I think it's the first that I've ever heard of START associates kind of doing that one team piece and just bringing as many people together in the country. Or in a big territory, and why not? What a beautiful way to do it with this technology is great. So thank you again for spearheading this. I think it's awesome. And just so for those of you who don't know me, my name's Scott Hurren. I live in Oakville, Ontario. I've been with Isagenix for 5 years, actually this month. So I'm celebrating my 5-year anniversary date. It's been a pleasure to be a part of Isagenix. I came in totally skeptical in the beginning. I was invited to a home party with my brother and sister-in-law, and was like, I'm not going to your home party. I told my wife she could go, and I was staying home. So she actually didn't even go. And it was about 3 months later that I turned to Isagenix for product experience, just looking to release some weight, improve my energy. And I was really intrigued with the idea of cleansing the body and what it would be like to be in a cleansed body. So I said yes. Solely based on the money back guarantee. I was not a huge detail person. I was not going through ingredient, and it wasn't on a 3-way call, none of that. I was just, can I get my money back if it doesn't work? And they're like, yeah, it does, for sure. So I tried it, had a great experience, released 35 pounds really quick, changed our outlook on food and nutrition and exercise, and just really plugged into the vision of the company. And met the Couvers at an event. And I just to stress to any of you who are new, if you haven't been to an event yet, events are huge. Events are an absolute must. I know Kristie's going to talk a little bit later about the beliefs and kind of those core beliefs, but building belief through events is massive. Got myself to an event and attended Celebration in August. So I had started my product experience in February. Started my business in May and got myself to a Celebration, and I haven't missed one since. And I've really connected with the vision. There was no START back then. We had no, you could literally, it was like how many young people in this room? There would be maybe half a dozen in the room. So this is like back in the olden days. Now it feels dating myself, but Tinya, you may remember those days where we had, smaller groups at the hotel, or just kind of getting things going. But things have really changed, and obviously START is fantastic. I'm in my last year of the START community, so my goal is just to be as active as a participant as I can and start to kind of leave something behind before my time here is done. And I'm happy to kind of share anything that's worked for us. For just to bring you up to speed on my business journey, we made a decision back in May of 2011. My wife and I, we had a 1-month-old baby, and we were like, you want to know what? I actually told her. Wasn't really like an ask. It was kind of like, we need to do this. And she's like, are you crazy? I'm like, yeah, we're totally crazy, but we need to do it. Like, the products work. We get people great results. We feel good. We've got good jobs, but let's create a financial security for our family, and let's do it. Have some fun. And we made a decision to be in for as long as it took. And that like, I'm a big believer that is the key. Because when you show up from a place of like, I'm here for as long as it takes. If you need 2 years to say yes, no worries. I'll see you in 2 years because I'm going to be here. If you show up like that, it's very different than you kind of doing I'm kind of doing this thing, I'm kind of in. So just really, if I could give any kind of advice, just be in. Be in for the journey. Like, the rationale I ran through my mind in May of 2011 was basically, if I can make $1 million with this company and it takes me 10 years, would it be worth it? I'm like, yeah. Even if I earned 75% of that in the back 5 years, would it be worth it? Totally. You'd earn $100,000 a year, and it'd be residual. So you'd get to the end, and you'd be in a position where it's coming in.
Got Hurren and Tinya Gray.
Oh, someone else is unmuted. Maybe Tinya, you can look after that. It'd be great. But yeah, so I basically made the decision. We were in. That was my rationale. I'm like, as long as it takes, we're doing it. We got to work right away. Put a list of names together. I actually ranked the names. We scored people basically on, are they committed to health? Are they entrepreneurial? Are they leaders? Are they ambitious? Do they, do they have a following? And we scored them. We brought all of the highest people right to the top, and we just got on the phone. And back then it was like texting. I didn't even know what texting was. I guess it was around, but it was, it was phone call. It was like old school phone call. Hi, have you ever heard of Isagenix? And we just got to work and started doing it, and built this thing over time. And we've had 2 kids in that time, so it's been a really busy. I've got 2 kids under 5, so we've got 2 kids in that time. But I stepped back from my corporate job back in August. I just decided, I'm like, you know what? This business deserves me to be all in. If I want to take it to that next level, I'm like, I'm there. The foundation's built. Now it's time to like pedal to the metal. So I put all my chips in and walked away, and haven't looked back, and love it. Love it. We are in the best profession on the planet. We have the best opportunity at our fingertips. And guys, I'm telling you, we are aligned with the best company. This company has the thing that makes Isagenix unique. Like, yeah, we've got great products. Yes, we have a great compensation plan. But the thing that I think really makes Isagenix unique is the heart. And it's like, you'll see it over time. It's woven in. It's like in the DNA, the heart. And it sounds really like, I'm not trying to get all mushy on you, but it's true. It's like, when you look at little tiny things, whatever Isagenix has a chance to err on the side of like kind of being cheap or being generous, they always go generous. Little things, grace period, 5-day grace for people. They don't need to do that. Keep banking points for us. They don't need to do that. Testing our products for pesticides. Okay. Like they test ingredients for pesticides. They don't need to do that. We're not making organic claims, but they do it anyway because it's important to them. It's the heart. I'm telling you, there's something really special that runs through the core of this company that makes it really, really unique. So guys, I'm telling you, we're with the best company in the best profession. We've got the best products, and look at the people that are showing up. We bring out the best in people, and it's really exciting. I'm more excited today than I was 5 years ago. So with that, maybe I'll turn it back to you, Tinya. And
Awesome. You guys give him a raise the roof for that awesome testimonial. Thank you, Scott, for sharing.
My pleasure.
Inspiring and so exciting. Okay, Christy Shaver, my beautiful friend Christy Shaver, you're going to share your story about your journey, and then you're going to do a little pep talk here for us before I pass it back over to Scott. Scott, you can just take over once Christy's done and just go into the belief stuff, okay? Cool. Okay, babe, it's all yours.
Hey guys. Everything Scott said was so amazing, right? And I'm almost 3 years in, and I still get that goosebumpy lovey, everybody is a family feeling. So I totally agree with everything you said. I'm really glad that everyone's here. So as I mentioned, I started just about 3 years ago, and it was because I was suffering inside and I really just wanted the product. I didn't know about a business, and I was working 3 jobs, so business meant busy to me. So I was like, don't even talk to me about this. This is not happening. So after an amazing product experience, 2 days in, I said, I'm Dutch. I want this product for free forever. So what do I have to do? And I was told, I don't know, just get 2 friends on board. And I was like, okay, I'll do this. So now I was working 3 jobs and still living paycheck to paycheck and not seeing my family and still, not being able to spend money on anything else. So when Isagenix started to pay me, I had a friggin' panic attack. So I earned my first paycheck and I thought, oh my gosh, if I can make this every single week, I can leave one of my jobs. And so my product belief was 100%, 10 out of 10, because I felt so amazing. But there were other steps of the belief that I didn't know about yet. So my second paycheck from Isagenix comes in, and I'm like, okay, there's a problem here because I didn't get a report. I don't know who I'm supposed to divvy this out to. So I call customer service in a panic, and I'm like, how do I pay people? Like, am I supposed to email transfer them? And they're like, no, this is your money. Like, this is what you earned. And so my belief in the company was a 0 out of 10. Because I was like, I literally said to my husband, these guys are going bankrupt and I'm going to take them for everything they're worth until it happens. So I had obviously a very amazing personality, right? I was like, it was so rude of me to say that, but my belief was 0. But then someone encouraged me to get to an event. And so I took that paycheck and I flew by myself to ICU in Arizona. And that's where my belief in the company went to a 10 out of 10, because I was sitting in that front row with tears in my eyes with people just like me. And I come from, this is nothing with my parents or anything. I come from raising myself in the way that I was no one special. I was no big deal. I was just getting by. I didn't have any confidence in myself. I could never say to myself, you know what? I'm a superstar and I will do what I want. I just never had that. But when I went to ICU and I started to see other people who were like, I'm a receptionist, I'm a teacher, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm a police officer. I'm like, so this is actually a real thing for real people. And that's where my belief in everything else went to a 10 out of 10 as well. Super quickly, I'm going to whip through them, but the 6 beliefs that you have to have a 10 out of 10 on is the product, which is how we all start, the company. When we go back to the product, if you want to learn more about it, it's really great to check out isamovie.com or isaproduct.com. And if you have any questions about certain products or ingredients or whatever, go to isagenixhealth.net. So we never have to have the answer, which is amazing because we're real people and we have the tools to give us all of our answers. The company, if you get to an event, you're just going to believe in them. I met Jim Coover at an event and I said, oh, hey, Jim. And then I said, oh, God, I'm so embarrassed. I went red and I said, I'm so embarrassed. I know who you are, but you don't know who I am. And he goes, Kristie, I know who you are. And I'm like, what? I text my husband right away. I'm like, you will not believe what just happened because, he's a big deal. He's he's the hub. He's the source of this family. And so, when you start to connect to people that way, you really believe that we are a family. The compensation plan, I don't know how you could not believe in this compensation plan. It's so amazing and it gets better and better. And there's a really great video in the wealth creation section of isamovie.com. Watch it 3 times if you have to. I had to watch it literally 3 times until I actually got that aha moment. The profession of network marketing. If you guys are on Facebook, which I know you are, it seems like it's almost daily that it's like, so-and-so is closing their doors. So-and-so's been laid off. This is happening. This is happening. But when you look at network marketing as a profession and not just an industry, like we are professionals, we really have something amazing here. And to build your belief in that, just look at other companies and what they're offering. Yes, I love that people can do this from home, But our company is doing it a little different. And when you look at our numbers too, we've definitely got something very special. So belief in yourself. Now this is something that you cannot necessarily Google. You cannot go onto a Isagenix website. But I work on myself every single day, and I pour greatness into myself every single day, because if I don't, what's going to happen? I'm not going to stay motivated by just saying you're a superstar on Monday and then on Friday expecting that same feeling. Every single day you've got to build yourself up in that belief. And then you've got to build yourself up in the belief of doing network marketing, right? So your belief needs to be a 10 out of 10 in all of this. And if you want to rate yourself, that's the best way to be honest. But here's the cool part. When you're talking to someone and you're connecting and you're thinking of ways to bring up what you're doing or which company we've partnered with, think of it this way. If my husband came up to me and said, I love you so much, and I am 70% sure that I want to spend the rest of my life with you, I'd be like, flip the bird. That's not going to happen, right? Because, and it's the same thing with this profession. If I said, Scott, I am like pretty sure that this is an awesome opportunity, and I'm going to do it, but I'm just going to sort of see what happens. Scott's going to be like, there's no way I am jumping on board because you are such a flake, right? Look at his face. He's like, this is awful. But so this is where you have to have that passion in yourself. And we go through all of this, like, what do you do? And people are like, oh, I have this, I partner in, you know what? You are a professional network marketer, and you need to say that and believe it, because then people are going to be like, oh my God, tell me more. What is this, right? So it really does come back to us. So those are the 6 levels of the belief that you must have a 10 out of 10 on. And something that I learned at the Red and White event in Vancouver more than anything else is that if you look around, if you even look on the screen, if I was to message Jackie here, who I have never met, Jackie Rogers, I don't even know you. She's like confused. If I messaged her and I said, I'm having a rough day, like, can you talk me through this? I bet $1 million that she would be like, we can do this together. There is no way that you're quitting. You can do this, right? And that's what this community is about. So that's my take. I'm going to pass it back over to Scott, who I guess has taken over here. Thank you guys so much. And if you ever need me to pour greatness into you, message me, because I will do it 100% right away.
Whoop, whoop. Thank you, Kristie.
Awesome, Kristie. Thanks. So are we getting some value out of this call, guys? First one. So Tinya, do you want to touch base just as we wrap up tonight? This is our first one. We just want to be really quick and respectful of everyone's time. Can you kind of wrap up a little bit about what we can expect in upcoming start calls and kind of where we're going to go with this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as I said, you guys, this is a collaborative effort. And thank you, Scott and Kristie, for your contribution this evening. So here's what you can expect. This is the intended outline. Now, of course, this is up for discussion. We can, adjust this as we go along to suit. But here's what I'm going to pose for our agenda. Okay. So first of all, the first 5 minutes of our weekly meeting will be welcome and what's up. We'll just talk about current promotions, events that are coming up, any deadlines that we have coming up, with Crystal Manager deadline, that kind of thing. So that'll be the first 5 minutes that the host will do, okay? The next section, 5 minutes, will be a real results story and will be a product testimonial, as well as a product share. So whoever we have in that space will share their story, and they'll also share some talk on a product, whether it's the tips, the benefits, how to use it as a prospecting tool, and your resources on that product. The next 10-minute piece will be a leader, a co-leader who will help train on this piece. Now, ideally, that will be someone who's a 1-star Golden Circle and above, okay? And they will share their story. It will be a team-building story with a testimonial and a business share. So they'll share their story, their why, what's worked to help them build their business, challenges they've overcome, how they've done it, that kind of thing. They'll specifically include some sort of a takeaway, like a tool, a skill, a system, or a tool that they've used in order to be able to accomplish their goals. Okay, so you'll learn from that. The next 5 minutes will be a group discussion. So we'll just talk about, the tip or the tool or something that they have shared and any experiences that we've had with it or how we've incorporated it or what we want to do to incorporate it. And then the last 5 minutes will be an inspirational piece, a belief or personal development, suggestion, whether it's a tip, a quote, a story, a book, recommendation. And it'll be 5 minutes, something to focus on for the week, okay? And that piece can be done by anyone who's a manager or above. So some of the things that we want to do some training on, and again, we're open to discussion on this, but I'll tell you how I'm planning to do this right now. Belief building in all 6 areas, as Scott and Kristie mentioned. So we're going to break that down. How do we build our belief? Because we want to be a 10 out of 10 in all of those. Creating consultants, prospecting, connecting, following up, closing, posture, how to share the different packs, dealing with objections, 3-way calls, all of these kinds of things. So are these all things that we could definitely benefit from learning more of and feeling more comfortable with? Okay, great. Here's my intention, is to set up an online sign-up process. So if you are a manager or above and you would like to contribute your testimonial, share a piece about a project. For some of you, it'll be a little bit of research, which is great because we're all going to be working to grow ourselves to be able to contribute. I'm going to ask you to private Facebook message me on Facebook and let me know that you would like to contribute in some way. I'm going to set up a schedule for the next quarter of different topics that we're going to have each week that we're going to touch on. Okay, and what you can do then is I will send you the link and you can slot yourself into whatever feels comfortable for you. Does that sound good? Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. Once a month, so this meeting will happen weekly, every Sunday night at 8 o'clock, but once a month, we're going to have a Start Power session. So what that means is we're going to have a Start Ambassador on our call. We're in the process of communicating with Eric. We're hoping to get Eric Hoover on here in the next couple of weeks, but that person will have the floor for the whole time. Okay? So I'm going to reach out to Journey Hankhart. I'm going to get in touch with Emily and Hayden. I'm going to get in touch with a lot of these different people to see if they'll come on and support us. Once a month, we'll have one of those people speaking. All right? We've also got some Start Ambassadors within our own team locally that we'll have too. All right? Is everyone clear on what the intention is? Are you guys stoked about it? Awesome. Okay, so here's what I would like you to do. If you could please do this. I would love for you to share this with all your Start Ambassadors or all your Start Associates. This is for associates only. This is not for people that don't know about Isagenix. We will start more online meetings. We will start more, there'll be more events that we'll share about, but this is for associates. Clear? Okay. I would like you to please post any events that you guys have scheduled in the next month in Start Canada. Can we do that? And I would like you to please post any online events that you have coming up in Start Canada so that we can start to spread it Canada-wide, okay? Put the feelers out there. I would like you to please share your feelings, your thoughts on this group, on this Start Rebel Zoom room virtual meeting in Start Canada so that we can talk it up and get more people on here. Yes, absolutely, Seamus. One team for sure. Let's get talking it up and let's get really sharing this with everyone so we can get as many people as possible as part of this wave of momentum with us. Sound like a plan? Excellent. So I will just say in closing, I have such huge gratitude for each and every one of you for being here tonight. It speaks so much to your character and to your commitment and to your persistence in doing this and making this happen for yourself and the people in your life. Big love to all of you. I'll look forward to seeing you guys next weekend. And please private message me if you are interested in supporting this and stepping into your power. Okay? Thank you, everyone.
Guys, before we go, let's do a screenshot of everybody. So turn your cameras on. If you got your camera off, we'll do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, Isagenix, and we'll close this thing off. All right, we ready? Mm-hmm. I don't know that I can get everybody in the screen, but we've got a bunch. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Isagenix!
Isagenix, whoop, whoop. Awesome. Okay, you guys, have a fantastic night. Thank you all.
Thanks, Tinya.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Bye, guys.
Tinya.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.